Hello and welcome to Kump.
Hello.
Hello, Lucie.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Well, I've come to a sort of self-realization today. I've come to almost like an AI. I feel like I've achieved a level of self-awareness. I've become more sentient because I realized over the past few, weeks, months, years even, I've had this kind of, it's been hard to articulate this feeling that like somehow my dignity was just kind of leaving my body regularly and with a flow, a heavy flow.
I've noticed the same thing actually.
You've noticed what? You've noticed my dignity going down?
Sometimes I look at you and I think, he's more animal than man now.
Right. I'm a debased creature. And I was struggling to find out why. I knew like that basically I didn't have any dignity left in my soul. Like, just crumbs, fragments of a man, pieces of a person.
Just a real pig of a soul.
And I said, what is it? Is it because I'm chasing this podcast, YouTube, game of a dream, dream of a game, just chipping away at myself, giving little pieces here and there, little nuggets to the audience. Dare I say some fans? That sounds too unhumble. Are there any fans or there's people watching as a man's dignity goes down a toilet drain like so many turds in a bowl? Is that what I am? Am I a man in a clown suit on death row getting curb stomped by the awareness that he's missed the boat? They can't be a hype beast. This America doesn't have talent. And then I read something which crystallized. Sometimes people say readings for losers and communists, and it is. But sometimes when you read something, you can when you're being disgusted by Marxist ideologies or just this concept of love that you read on a page, and you go, well, who are these people? But it can teach you something about yourself and your own weaknesses.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, reading is magic.
Sometimes you are the Marxist. And I read this today, and it really put things in perspective. How do we get here to this? Billionaire Blackrock CEO Larry Fink says people are saving too much and not investing enough to, quote, retire with dignity.
The great Larry Fink said that?
Larry Fink of Blackrock thinks that Americans are saving too much money. They're not investing enough, and therefore they won't die with dignity.
I wonder what he thinks people should be investing in.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Here's the interesting thing about
a house, maybe?
How would they get a house? They buy it from him? He won't sell it to them. If you're not familiar with BlackRock and Larry Fink, they're a private equity firm. And amongst the things that they own are the entire country, every house that exists in America, everything you buy is a good chance that they own as part of some portfolio, some private equity portfolio where they aggregate every purchase that you make. I don't actually know exactly how it works. I'm vamping a little bit, but we all know they're buying every house.
They bought up a ton of property during the pandemic.
You can't get a house in this country unless you do OnlyFans. Or your dad, with a legacy at Dartmouth. Because Larry Fink saw fit to buy every house, every trailer home, every defunct shack where some garden gnome lives on the estate of some Long Island heiress. When they get the old men to be naked with his hair that covers their genitals. For the folly of the rich. You can't even get that. Because Larry Fink thinks you're saving too much. The idea that, I mean, these are people who won't even give you a job digging a ditch. Digging a ditch, but they care about your dignity? Larry Fink wants you in a concentration camp. Larry Fink wants you to be the lubricant that goes on the ball bearings in the joints, the elbow joints of Terminator robots. All right? He wants to build robots with your skin as the lubricant. And you tell me, oh, skin's actually not that wet. Whatever the wet stuff is, the fat, the oil of your hair, he wants to render you like you're a horse. He wants to turn you into glue, horse glue. But he cares that you die with dignity.
There he is. That's Larry Fink. Right?
This is Larry Fink right here. This is the man who cares about. He wants to give you a Viking funeral when you die. He wants to be the guy who shoots the flaming arrow at your bed of reeds and sticks that you float on into Hades itself, to the river Styx. He wants to set you on fire so that people can remember you like Beowulf. And to do that, here's what you got. All you have to do is this. Stop saving your nuts for the future like some chipmunk and get in the game. Okay? You gotta get the chips in. You gotta go to the cashier. You gotta say, here's my money. If it's a credit card, you better look up beforehand if you can do that. Some casinos don't allow that, I think. But you gotta get those chips, the stacks, and bring them to the table and say, buy some NVIDIA. I know NVIDIA is very close to probably the peak it's ever gonna be, or maybe not. I know it's gotten up for thousands of months, and there's only so much graphics processors you can sell to people. There's only so many people in the world who run Bitcoin farms. But maybe it'll double up again. Maybe it'll double up. Just play. Or maybe you should put your money in XRP, Ripple, huh? This magical cryptocurrency that supposedly is going to hit $5, but it went down $1 after I bought it, and I lost a lot of money. Do I have dignity now, Larry? Do I deserve to be put in the ground and not used as fertilizer? Have I earned that right? Have I earned the right to have my decomposing body not feed a number of tomato plants? So you can have heirloom tomato and mozzarella salads? Nice caprese salads for the Fink family? Tell me, Larry. How do I earn the right to die, Larry? How do I earn the right for a Christian burial in this failed state that we live in? Why is this allowed? Lucie.
Yes.
Why is he allowed to do this to me?
Why is he allowed to?
Why does no one keep me safe from Larry Fink? Why is he allowed to haunt? It's not enough that he bought every house that's been built since 1910. Now he's going to be the Elon Musk of graves. He's going to have his own Doge team deciding who gets dignity in death and who doesn't.
Look, why don't you just buy some Cardano coin?
What the hell is Cardano? You convinced me to buy a Ripple. What is this, Glengarry?
You got to diversify.
That's not how you make money. That's diversifying is. You might as well be saving. You might as well be putting your money in a savings account. Diversify. You need all your eggs in the big basket. It's the big game. All right. This is not investment advice. Remember, it's not investment advice because I'm not an investor. Because I don't have enough dignity to be an investor. I'm just some slob who someone waved some shit coins in their face, and he wanted to feel like a man, so he bought some. But I didn't choose correctly, maybe. And now what are they gonna do? Shove me in a fish tank and let the whales eat me? What does dying with dignity look like in America? Like what? Like, I mean, in 30 years, even 20, let's just say die in 20 years. That'd be young. let's wonder. What is dignity at that point? Am I not assaulted? You know how. I'm trying not to say the word, but you can guess. Am I getting R-ed at the Super Bowl halftime show? Am I getting R-ed with a bunch of other losers who bought the wrong shitcoin?
Look, I think in order to die with dignity, not getting R-ed is definitely a good way to die with dignity.
Sure.
Not getting R-ed by some handsy aide.
Yeah. That's Larry Fink. Am I gonna have to fillet the Fink in order to have to be buried next to my wife? What is he hinting at, by the way? Is he gonna buy up all the cemeteries? You have to invest. And by invest, I mean buy a plot with me. Because I'm also the Undertaker of America. Larry Fink, let's look at him again. This guy really looks like the Undertaker of America. Really looks like when he goes and like, you gotta bury your mother. And he's like, Mom's with the angels now, isn't she? We all loved Mom, didn't we? He's sitting there with you. He's there offering you a 7-Up. They even do that. I've never been the person to handle the funeral. I've been to funerals, but I've never been the point person. Do they offer you a 7-Up while you're paying $10,000 to put your mother in a pine box? No, this one's got handles and a linen coating. They offer you a Fresca. Is Larry Fink going to offer me a Fresca as he explains that, I chose poorly and now I have to have my holes be monetized?
If you can't make that bag,
he's gonna have
holes. Then your holes are gonna be surgically inserted into a robot.
He's gonna have coffins that have holes in the coffins, and the body is propped up to the side of it, and then he sells tickets to certain kinds of people who like that.
Why would Larry Fink be involved in such a thing? Because it's a really down, dirty kind of business.
Wait.
Selling disembodied holes.
No. No. It's more like you go into the box and they just connect. They just make your hole flush with the hole in the box.
Right.
No, you're not disembodied. I mean, maybe you are, but he's not telling people that.
But how much money could he possibly be making off of that?
Seller's market. It really depends. I mean, it's how much would you have paid? How much money could GameStop make? Everyone invested in GameStop a few years ago, right? The stock went up, and GameStop was like, "We believe in you, GameStop." And GameStop said, "Well, we don't believe in ourselves, so we're going to cash in this stock now. We're going to do a stock sale, basically, and lock in this price and get this money." And for a while, they've been going, "What are we going to do with this money?" And they don't know. That's how bad they are at business. That they have billions of dollars now, they don't know what to do with. And we was recently floated. Maybe they'll just start buying crypto. Right? That's what GameStop. So GameStop, the place who sells games, is flirting with the idea of just becoming a thing that buys crypto and waits for it to go up. That's not a company. I don't know what that is. I mean, you can argue it's private equity. I don't know. It's a mutual fund. They just buy a bunch of crypto. What does America do now? There's no dignity in life. How can we have it in death? People are literally showing their assholes to their mother through their phone for money. Okay?
What do you mean?
Your mother doesn't even get a free taste. She's got to pay. Mom, download the app, Mom. You go to the App Store, Mom. That's how. That's how, Mom. You go to the App Store and you download OnlyFans. No, I know you're my fan, but now you gotta prove it. So I know I'm acting out me and my mom would do. I'm not. Though you get the point.
Yeah.
Don't make me feel like a weirdo. That's what this is. But now all of a sudden, that girl, when she dies in 50 years, 30 years, has to worry about she's all of a sudden she get dialed up for the afterlife. What she should wear a suit to die after she showed all her holes to her mother and father for money?
So you think that our deaths, the whole burial thing, putting somebody in a coffin, putting them in their Sunday best, burying them up, that's all a little bit old-fashioned at this point.
I mean, it just seems like a lie when everything leading up to that was just getting hard in all 3 holes or 4. Wait, who has the most? I don't remember. But yeah, it seems like a certain like a deceitful situation. He should come. Larry Fink should come out and go, just give me your money or I'll kill you. That'd be more honest. Give me your money or I'll starve your mother to death. I'll fucking buy up all the water like Nestle. You won't have any water. You better get in the game, bitch. I'm Larry Fink. That would be the honest way to go. I mean, what do you want to die like, Lucie?
I mean, you know, I've always thought that the, you know, stuff involving water was kind of fun. Sending you out to sea, that kind of thing.
Right, the Viking funeral.
The Viking funeral, yeah. Or just, you know, just in a bag and down to the bottom of the ocean. That'd be fine too. You
want to be put in a bag. Who do you want to do this, by the way?
A velvet bag.
You want so look if you tragically went before me, your plan for me would be like, hey, please go get a bag, maybe a velvet bag, but whatever, a bag, garbage bag, that'll do, and go out to the sea. Like, I mean, am I on a boat?
Yeah, I want you to get deep out there. I mean,
sure.
I don't want to just rely on the waves to carry me away because that can backfire.
Oh, for sure.
Your body ends up washing on the shore.
So you want me to take your dead body and put it in a trash bag and then just throw it out into the ocean?
Well, you inserted trash bag.
Okay, a velvet bag. I don't know. I don't know at my trial if the velvet, Your Honor. When can I talk? It's a velvet bag. I said it. There, I said it. Did I taint the jury? It's a velvet bag. How could I have done anything wrong?
Are you legally allowed to bury people at sea in the United States?
You're not allowed to legally bury anybody. You can't just do what you want with bodies. I mean, you can legally bury at sea. I don't think you're allowed. I mean, there's international law, I guess. If you go to the ocean, no one can stop you but pirates. And they will. Pirates.
Oh, apparently there's like kind of a short list of who can be buried at sea. Not just anybody can be buried at sea.
Really? Oh, you have to earn that right?
So I guess
Did Larry Fink make this list?
This is in the category of death with dignity, I guess. You might not be able to afford getting buried at sea.
So what is this list? What do we got here?
Who can be buried at sea? Active duty military of the uniformed services.
That's just because their ship got sunk. That's all. You're actually, were you just dumping soldiers in the ocean? That seems wrong.
Retirees and veterans who were honorably discharged.
Why would a veteran really bury me? I mean, is this the Navy? This is a guy who was in like the friggin' Delta Force. Is like just throw me in the ocean. I've done enough. Or what? And what happens if I bury my fat uncle at sea? My fat dead uncle. I'll just dump him in the ocean. I got a boat. I'll dump him in the ocean. Do I go to jail?
Yes.
What did it say? What was I can't read it. I can't read with glasses. Help me. I'm too vain.
There's EPA guidelines. Like you have to use a biodegradable shroud.
So what? Robert Kennedy Jr. is going to inject me with some vaccine that he's outlawed. The only people who get the measles vaccines are the ones who die with no dignity at sea or whatever. You know what I'm getting at. This seems odd. So do I go to jail?
I think you might go to jail, yeah.
This is bull. How do I get into Blackrock? Like, will they hire me? Because I'm sick of being on a losing team. I mean, why am I whining about Larry Fink? Maybe I should do what Larry Fink does. Will he let me be his apprentice? How do I, like, if anyone out there in the watching knows Larry Fink, works at Blackrock, can get me a job, comment. Comment, any kind of, input about this. How where I can get a body bag at a good price. How much do I have to invest to be burned when I die? I wouldn't mind being burned, set on fire.
Yeah.
And have my ashes just,
Not cremated, but burned.
No, I assume it's more like, I assume when I die, I'll be in like an alleyway. or behind a building.
Why? Why do you assume you'll be there? What did you do?
Why didn't invest well?
Why are you hiding behind a building?
Because I bought the wrong shitcoin. That's why. All right? You have to make it's not enough just to do, it's not the 90s anymore. It's not like do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want when you grow up. The new motto is you better make the right choices. You have freedom and you better use it properly. That's what America is. And I don't mind that. I mind hypocrisy. I mind hard work. I mind paying my fair share. But I don't mind the idea that America, it's a choose your own adventure, but we only wrote one good one. Remember choose your own adventure books? It'd be like you read page 10 about trying to find the missing mop or some mummy. It's a stupid book. I mean, honestly, these books were not written by like Hemingway, Faulkner,
right?
But these books, hey, if you think this, he should put his mother out of his misery, go to page 20. If you think he should call a doctor, go to page 30, and it would go like that, right? But they only write one good plot. This guy's writing a Who Choose Your Adventure book. You think he's got 10 good plots in his back pocket? None of them are good. There's only one usable one. That's what America is.
So,
do you have a counterpoint to that? I mean,
I don't, but I do want to explore this. You said you talked about how you might want to work for Larry Fink one day.
Yeah. I'd love to do anything. I'll do anything. Anything.
How would you interview for this job? Just pretend I'm Larry Fink.
Okay.
So, Mr. Kump, you are applying for the role of apprentice CEO at Blackrock. That's not really a real position, but. I'm curious about you. What's your background?
I'll answer that in a moment. Mm-hmm. First, I would like to state, at the risk of refuting you, the great man Larry Fink. Yeah, but I know the position doesn't exist. I'm making it, or I'm compelling you to. However you want to conceptualize it. Don't want to insult you, Mr. Fink.
Well, compelling me to. I mean, we're not making any decisions yet about the hiring process, but.
Do I seem like a person who takes no for an answer? Do I seem like a person who takes medicine? No to both. Now, here's the thing. People think that you are trying to gnaw away like an animal at the soul of America. That you are trying to monetize pain and sad feelings and generally ruin any fragment of unity and national identity and ability to live. And I'm cool with that. I think you're fine. So but I can hurt people.
You can hurt people.
Give me a gun, I'll shoot them.
Well, I have a lot of armed security.
Yeah, but they have wives and children, and they care. I don't care. I'll do anything. I'll get my hands dirty. I just don't want to die and have my body used for holes, for candles, for soap. I want my body to stay in the dirt where it belongs. So I'll do anything to make that happen. I just want some dignity, Larry. Come on, don't make me use my mouth, but I will. So what's the deal? Do you like what you see, or you want me to put someone out of their misery? That's what I can offer you. I mean, wouldn't you? Or isn't there some maybe I can get your latte. That's also something I could. I make sure they don't screw up your latte. Just let me die. Please just let me die, Mr. Fink. I mean, I don't know what what do they want us to do? Do they want us to unalive ourselves in some kind of, unalive camp? We're not allowed to say the words. The algorithm will pay us. Will make us pay, I mean.
An unalive camp, a self-unalive camp.
Yeah, self-delete.
Self-delete camp.
Yeah.
That's an interesting concept.
Right.
You know, we're not going to do it to you, but we're going to provide you basically a safe place to do it to yourself.
We're not going to do it to you, but we will ruin your life until you do.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, hey, there's a few people out there who might have more than a couple $100 in their checking account. The people who aren't quite living paycheck to paycheck. Time to risk. You know? Time to put that your kid's food in this what do they call that thing? The wheel? The wheel of fortune. I mean, maybe they should make an app where you can gamble your kids. Like, you know, hey, here's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And like, you know, I'm going to gamble this for my kid. I'll do it in front of my kids. I'll hit the app and I'll go, and like, you could win. Like they'll use Seamless or Uber Eats. They'll send you a nice cheeseburger, right? If you win, and you can win.
Right.
So you say to your kids, hey, are you very hungry or do you want to double down? And they go, you guys double down sandwiches? Like, I don't think those exist anymore. No, I mean, do you want to risk eating nothing so you can have a burger? You know, I know, I'm an adult. I know the burger's not going to be that good, probably. Mm-hmm. They're not giving you the best burger. Kids don't know that kind of thing. You get them while they're young.
And if you lose, you have to turn in your child sandwich?
You have to destroy it. You have to, like, it's in a video. They'll use AI. So, like, you know, nothing's not going to be someone watching. There'll be some sentient AI whose only job is to watch you destroy your kid's peanut butter sandwich. It's not about them getting anything. It's about taking from you. Mm. That's what this country is built on now. It's because no one needs money anymore who has money. How much money does Larry Fink need? Was he going to buy another yacht? Another villa? It's not about getting more. It's about taking from the poor. You look what I did there? I'm like Martin Luther King. Is that a fair assessment?
Yes.
You think other people would agree that I'm like Martin Luther King because I made a rhyme? I think it's accurate. But then they want to take things.
Are you confusing Martin Luther King with Muhammad Ali?
Perhaps. Is that racist? Maybe. Whatever. It's okay now. You're allowed to be a little racist now. It's fine. Stop fussing over that. They want you to take everything you have and throw it into a friggin' just a goddamn slot machine. Every asset you have and just slot it up. And you're worried about whether I'm going to worry about was I a little racist because I said I confused two black guys? That game's over. Time to get into the gauntlet. That was the gauntlet for a while. Everyone thought, hey, it's so hard, you know, having to, like, you know, you choose the right words and not say something racist. And it was hard. It's annoying. But you're going to miss those days. Because now it's, you know, give me everything or I'll kill your mother. I'm Larry Fink. So wait, what's the matter?
What do you think? What do you think just retribution for Larry Fink would be? You know, if the people were to take back control.
If the people were to take back control,
like, what do you think would be an appropriate punishment for him?
Were you a cop? Is this whole marriage just a big sting operation? Are you trying to wait? What? Why would you ask me that? Are you wearing a wire? Did you go to Larry Fink before me?
Look, you don't.
This is how you get dignity. This is how my wife gets dignity in death, by selling me as a Larry Fink. I can't believe that you value your corpse not being defiled enough to sell out your own husband to Larry Fink. Larry Fink, I'm going to defile your wife's corpse. I'm Larry Fink.
I'm sorry, but in my belief system, the soul doesn't leave the body. You know, they stay together forever. So it's you getting your holes used when you're in the coffin.
Hi, I own Blackrock, and if you don't start to invest your money, then you're gonna be taking some Blackrock. If you know what I mean. Hint, hint. You get it?
Yes.
Is that right? Is that Muhammad Ali? That wasn't quite a rhyme, was it? I just used the same word. Is there a word for that?
When you rhyme a word with itself?
I don't know. What's going? Why is I have nothing here on my screen? It's all screwed up. I got no topics here. I don't know where I'm going with this.
Well, the Trump administration released an interesting video recently.
Mm-hmm.
It's about their plans for Gaza.
Is that where my body's going to be?
Well, maybe this is a way for people to have death and dignity in death. Well,
the Israelis did kill a lot of people in Gaza, and they seem to be just living in rubble, and some kind of like Terminator 2, post-apocalypse kind of city.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh,
so,
yeah. Lots of death, lots of destruction.
But that might be that might be the best case scenario for someone like me going forward. I don't think we'll appreciate quite how bad it's going to get out there. And I'm not saying why. I don't know why. It just seems bad. I don't know. No matter what direction you look in, people don't tend to have your self-interest at heart. Don't seem to, at least.
No.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm cynical. But it doesn't seem like anyone's looking out for me. But so maybe I'll be happy to be. What is this?
Maybe you can relocate to the Riviera of the Middle East.
This is the Riviera, or is this the what it is now?
Well, this is what it is now.
All right, we're looking at pictures. It looks like it says Jazz, but I guess it's Gaza.
This is called Trump Gaza.
Okay. 2025. This is an AI video.
What's next?
What?
It's a lavish beach resort.
Wow. Is Elon Musk eating crab rangoon or something? It's a gold. Wait, pause this. This is a gold.
It goes fast.
This is some kind of nightclub.
This is a Trump dancing with a go-go dancer at a
Gaza nightclub.
A Gaza nightclub. Yeah.
I mean, I don't. This is probably better than what's happening now.
I wonder if she's Palestinian.
I mean, we're all Palestinian now, aren't we? At some point, that's what Larry Fink's trying to tell us. You'll all be. The whole world is Gaza now. All right, you're all Palestinians to me. That's what Larry Fink wants you to know. Those kids, are those kids like Israeli kids just throwing money in the air? Is that Elon Musk money? So it's just a an Andrew Tate thing, huh? They don't even try anymore. It's literally the people who control the levers of finance and the global economy are literally like cribbing Andrew Tate tactics.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
It's like, this is like if the Marshall Plan was like using showing like, I don't know, what shows were around back then? The Honeymooners? It's like if Ralph Cramden was trying to sell you the Marshall Plan. But the Marshall Plan, it was a lot of CIA shit too. I don't get into it. Yeah,
it is pretty crazy. Like it's just like they're not necessarily selling the idea that there's going to be like peace or that people will live in peace.
No, it seems like
money.
Yeah.
We're going to dance with hot chicks all night.
This seems like the intro to like a really bad sci-fi movie. It's just like something that Matt Damon made like in 2022 or something. Late stage Matt Damon movie. He made a lot of bad sci-fi, at least one. What's that movie, Elysium?
Oh, right, yeah.
So it reminds me of Elysium, that stupid Elysium movie where he's wearing he has a robot spine, or whatever that movie was. It seems bleak. I mean, what is your? I mean, I actually don't mind. At first, I didn't mind the idea of just taking Gaza, because I don't know what's the difference. You killed them all anyway, right? How many are still alive?
I'm not sure.
Maybe not. There's millions of people in Gaza. They haven't killed millions of people yet, right?
No, I don't think it's in the millions.
Okay, that's something. That's good,
a lot
right?
of people.
I mean, maybe.
I don't think they want to move, though. I don't think the people who are alive want to move.
Well, they didn't want to get bombed either. It's they're what they want doesn't really seem to be a focus for anybody. I mean, let's just be realistic. No one really seems to care what they want. It's more just should they live in the open sewer that has been created by bombing them nonstop for a year
right.
or more. I mean, it's an interesting moral question. When you bomb someone, should you then not use their home as a casino? I don't think there is any moral obligation. I think if you bomb someone, you could just make a Dave & Buster's on their grave.
You can do a lot of things to people after you bomb them hard enough.
That's the whole point of a bomb. A bomb is basically like nature's way of you not having to care about people you kill. You know, when you used to stab someone with a sword back in the age of Pericles, I don't know what that is, or Pegasus, right? When you were stab a Pegasus with a sword, you felt it, right? You had to put the effort in. You had to watch it die. Now you just get then you had to get in a plane and drop bombs, and that was the thing. And you have these pilots flying, people to London from New York. I used to bomb Japanese people. I'm like, well, that's great. At least there was a human element to it. Now it's just, you get a drone up there, and some kids just dropping bombs, wiping people out. Mm-hmm. And you don't have to, you can just, doesn't matter. Just put what's the big game at Dave & Buster's now? Do we even have games like skee ball?
Dance Dance Revolution.
Dance Dance Revolution. The whole point of a bomb is that you can play Dance Dance Revolution where someone used to live and not worry about why things are different now. You know?
What do you think? So you would like to vacation in the Gaza Strip when it's all done?
I would love to go get like a churro and a nice pina colada. Maybe play a little baccarat. In like one of those, in the tunnel casino, right? Mm-hmm. Remember, because you think, that's not a really clever name, but they make things like there was a commercial for this hotel. It was shaped like a guitar. I'm like, what is this? A Hard Rock Hotel? What is this? No, this is the Guitar Hotel. Not even. I mean, Hard Rock might own it. I'm not sure, but it's not even branded that. They just call it the Guitar Hotel. So why can't I call it the Tunnel Casino? What's wrong with that? It's not. I didn't dig the tunnels. Oh, this is where a hostage was kept. Whatever. I didn't build this place. I'm just playing baccarat. Everyone wants me to care about everyone but me. I'm sick of it. At least Larry Fink wants me to care about my own dignity.
They prey on people like you.
Yeah.
People who have
with good hearts,
a bigger than average conscience.
Yeah.
Whose
soul isn't tapped and zapped. And capped.
They
who serves God.
They manipulate you.
A servant of Christ. That's me. Maybe we should change this podcast to the servant of Christ. Would that be offensive to people somehow? I can't see why, but I imagine it would be.
I think that probably, some people might be offended by it, but you are a servant of Christ.
Servants of Christ, the podcast.
You're always talking about how much you love Christ.
I think he's fine. I think he's just fine. I'm okay with him. So what is next? What happens to the people who are in Gaza now? Do we use AI to get rid of them? Will AI tell us what to do with them?
I mean, they were talking about maybe sending some of them to Egypt, sending some of them to... Were they talking about Jordan as a place?
Oh, okay. But, Jordan's like, yeah, sure, send him here.
I don't know what the reaction has been yet, but I don't think they want him.
I know. I didn't even hear anything, but I know they don't want him. No one wants them. I don't know why. I don't know what the Palestinians did to everybody. I mean, at a certain point, you have to start wondering, like, did they do something wrong? The Palestinians? Did they cheat them at baccarat? I think AI should have to tell you how to make the stupid things. Mm-hmm. But they're going to show you this world of Elon Musk. Let's see it again. Elon Musk with a bunch of is that all the passports of people he snooped on? The Doge Commission? Is that what we're looking at? He's like, I have all your information now. I know your social security number. What would he want with that? He's the richest man in the world. He just wants to take from you. Also, he's not liquid.
Yeah, you know what I find interesting about this video?
Yeah.
Is they made Elon Musk thinner, but they didn't make Trump thinner.
Because Musk made
Trump
it.
actually maybe looks a little bit fatter.
Because Musk made it. Musk is an enemy of Trump. That's why I want people to get out there. I don't want to get into politics here. But all you people who like Trump, it annoys me to see a guy like Musk basically screw you with Trump's dick. You know?
Yeah.
I may not be the most MAGA man in the world. I might, cry when I see a kitten, skinned alive for a kebab sandwich at the Cheesecake Factory. Sorry if that makes me a pussy. But I don't like to see people get, conned by the laziest autistic ketamine addict who allegedly has ever lived.
I mean, he's talking over Trump. He's making speeches.
It makes
where he's got no place.
I was ready to get on board. I was ready to say, throw caution to the wind and get a MAGA hat and just start screaming at people to repent. I'm not saying it's what anyone does, but that's how I interpret it. You interpret MAGA however you want to. My thing is screaming at people at church. If you can observe and worship, however you want. All right, we have freedom of religion in this country. So, my point is, I just don't know what to do anymore. Just should I save my skin? Like,
I don't know why you think your skin's going to be so valuable.
If I cut myself a little bit every day, that skin will grow back, right?
They're gonna have new skin in a few years. They're gonna have.
I won't be able to afford that. I bought the wrong shit coin. I lost a lot of money. I'm still losing it because I got what do they call it? What are my hands? Diamond hands. Diamond hands, right to the grave. Dig your own grave with them. So what is this? Where are we? Can you? I don't know what's going on. Yeah, let's go here. No, here. Whatever. Right. So, in lighter news, in a lighter sort of what would the news call this when they do funny story, not funny stories, but stories that are quirky. Like a man falls off a roof on his ladder on the day after Thanksgiving, put up Christmas lights, and he's impaled and he's hit by a car, and they were all kind of laughing about it with the weather guy. Mm-hmm. They go, he has two young kids, and they don't have a lot of money saved, and they're just kind of giggling, and they don't know what to say. What is that? Is there a name for that segment?
Human interest.
We're all going, well, maybe we can sell his kids. I mean, his wife's kind of a drunk. Maybe we could sell them on the black market. Who's going to stop us? We're the news, What'd you say it was called?
Human interest?
Yeah, this is our human interest story of the day. So we have, and this is not something to laugh about, but I don't know. What is this?
I don't know.
Scroll down. People can see. Or zoom out.
That quote should go on your tombstone.
How do I see things? Whatever. It's called. Read it to me. I can't read the thing.
A child has died in the Texas measles outbreak.
A child has died in the Texas measles outbreak. I didn't realize.
Lots of people in red states are refusing to vaccinate their kids for measles.
Right.
Childhood illnesses.
People have it in their head that that vaccines are hurting people into Elon Musk. Is that the problem?
Yeah, they don't want their kids to be like Elon Musk.
They don't want their people don't want their kids to be the least charismatic person in the ever live, to just be, no matter how much money they have, they just have an open wound in their soul that they fill with the douchiest, most cringe shit you ever seen in your fucking life. They've seen Elon Musk. They go, I'd rather my kid die of measles than have him end up like Elon Musk.
Yeah. Just some guy who keeps having kids.
Right.
Maybe the next kid when I hold it, I'll feel something. And it never happens.
But these ghosts their mothers who are also morons. I don't want my kid to have in vitro surgery. And this is none of the stuff I care about, by the way. I was the one who originally hated Musk because when those kids in Thailand were stuck in a cave, and I don't remember their names, these guys, these very expert guys who ended up saving them, which is insane technique. I've heard people tell me about this. They'd put the kid in anesthesia. It was a 2-hour, every time they took a kid out, they ended up having to take them in anesthesia. They couldn't be fighting. They were using this forced air pressure mask to keep these kids, to breathe. They couldn't breathe on their own. These aren't trained scuba people. The tide turned or something. I mean, this guy, Musk calls them at the last second. Use my submarine. They're like, what the fuck? And he calls them pedophiles.
Because they didn't use his submarine.
Yeah, because they didn't use his bullshit submarine. These heroes. I'm gonna beg in my face if it ever turns out to be true, but I'm sure it's not. My point is, people saw that. They go, well, I'd rather my kid get, the Black Plague, the mumps, rubella, just fill them with sawdust, just put marbles in my kid's face, cut my kid's cheek open, shove marbles in there, and hit the marbles with a hammer. I don't want, and people go, oh, why do you keep saying Musk is autistic? Because everyone says that. The people who love him say it. I mean, is he I don't know his medical diagnosis. I think it's all fake. Apparently, neurodivergence is a thing. Do I seem divergent? Wait, no. Yes.
Yes.
Do I seem like who isn't neurodivergent? Larry Fink? Who's the one with the right ideas? Trump? Larry Fink? Pelosi? Who are we saving here? Chris Pratt? The voice of Mario? So a child has died in the Texas measles outbreak. I mean, and they're saying it's like a gotcha, right? Let's read some of this article.
A school-aged child has died from measles in West Texas. The death of a child who was not vaccinated for measles was confirmed by state and local health officials and comes after weeks of growing outbreak that spans Texas and New Mexico. It's the first reported U.S. deaths from the illness since 2015.
But that seems like not that long ago, to be fair. If I'm going to come out and go, hey, why don't you give vaccines? Do I think vaccines cause autism? I mean, no, but only because there's no scientific evidence at all to prove that. But whatever. Doesn't matter. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I'd take a little autism.
You get to raise your kids the way you want. Like, we don't care anymore. I mean, you're not allowed to, I was reading some article where some kid was they died. These 2 kids died in a van because their mom left her there while they were in the casino. She's in the casino somewhere. Mm.
Was she neurodivergent?
I think she might have been autistic. I don't know. What is you're allowed to do whatever you want with your kids, right? I mean that. She'll go to jail, but whatever.
Measles is a very contagious respiratory disease that is declared to be eliminated from the U.S. in 2000 due to high rates of inoculation.
Look, show me that. I'm open-minded. I have no interest in seeing the pharmaceutical companies win. I am sympathetic. They are. Why wouldn't they be evil? They are evil, right?
Yeah.
Maybe diseases are fake. I don't know.
I don't think that measles is a fake disease.
I mean, a kid just died from it, but maybe that's just because he didn't believe enough. Maybe it's the kind of thing where you need to believe. You need to, if the supernatural world existed, for instance, if Santa Claus was real, sorry, kids, maybe he is real. But it would make sense that you'd have to give up something. Like Larry Fink wants you to give up your savings and invest it. The same way Satan wants you to invest your belief in Santa. Why do you think Satan and Santa are the same thing?
Wait, why do I think Satan and Santa are the same thing?
Aren't the same thing.
Oh.
No, I know, I said it the wrong way.
Okay.
But I just realized that Satan and Santa are basically the same. Because it's a ruse. Because you have to give up some. You have to fucking put some skin in the game. In the same way with measles and mumps. You don't want to die. You can take the coward's way and take a vaccine, or you can just believe. Faith, the Christians call it. Faith. Doesn't matter if Satan and Santa are the same thing. Don't even worry about that. That's something for quitters and losers to worry about.
U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. was asked about the death at a meeting of President Trump's cabinet Wednesday. He noted that the outbreak is spreading among a Mennonite community and said we're watching it.
What are Mennonites? Like Amish people?
Yeah, they're those the women. Remember that movie about the women and
Showgirls?
And they were in the Mennonite community, and they were all kind of like illiterate. And
I thought those were Amish people.
Got raped.
Are you telling me that Amish people aren't illiterate? They make good shoe fly pie, the Amish, and their fried chicken is actually different than the typical fare. It's browner. Not sure what that means. It's good.
Different kind of batter. Shout
out to the Good and Plenty restaurant if it's still there out in Lancaster, and the Plain and Fancy also. I still enjoy those places as a kid. Shoe fly pie. But the women are dying of meningitis, he said? They get, what is this called? Rubella? What are we dealing with here?
Remember we watched that movie about the women who were...
Yeah, women talking.
They could, right.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, they couldn't read, and they all got AR'd overnight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the R fairy came.
That's the Mennonites.
Okay, yeah, I get it. They're basically Amish.
Yeah.
What is tell me the difference between Mennonites and Amish.
I'm not sure that there is.
Right. So what's the difference? Same shit. It's basically the plot of Kingpin, the Farrelly Brothers movie. So what's going on? So what are we gonna do now?
We gotta.
A child has died in the Texas measles outbreak. So now
they didn't mention. I mean,
he got hit by a car. By the way, we checked that. The news is very misleading. I'm not going to say that, like, you know, the politicians and the president and his people are not, you know, liars and on both sides. Both sides. But the news is also, like, you can't... this is why Larry Fink's in charge now. Because everyone's lost everything. So, I mean, this kid got hit by a car for all I know. You know?
Right.
But I guess he didn't?
I don't think he did.
Okay. Sorry, I brought up. I'm sorry, I brought up an alternative theory.
He also, they also didn't mention, like, you know, yeah, you could blame this on the government's, you know, indifference about whether or not people vaccinate their kids and stuff.
Right.
But it doesn't mention, like, whether or not the parents, like, okay, I'll vaccinate the next one now. You know, they didn't mention whether the parents, like, oh, okay, I guess it is real.
Well, I think it just happened. I think it just happened. I don't think they're like, the kid's dead. Are you going to vaccinate your other one now? Like, I mean, they should have asked it. You're right. And she said defiantly no. So you think it's a win for science if the mother shoves some vaccine?
Well, look, I don't think
if the mother turns the other kid autistic. Well, that's been debunked. So who cares? There was never any. That's actually based on the thing with Andrew Wakefield. This doctor was a big scam, and he was sued, and then he got funded. And everyone actually was willing to look into the whole autism and link, and they gave him a bunch of money, and he couldn't recreate the results. And it was all a big fraud. But who cares? Honestly, that's the least of my problems. Whether some kid doesn't have neurodivergency, whatever. Well, I do care. Whatever makes me, I just want to watch football.
You just want to
European
watch the game.
football. Right? Soccer. La Liga. That's a thing, right? Hey, I'm trying to watch La Liga. All right, please stop telling me about autistic kids dying. I'm trying to watch Pele. Offside kick. Yellow card. That's what I say whenever someone tries to get me to go to a kid's funeral. No time. Got La Liga tickets. You know? very cosmopolitan. I feel like it makes me feel like a little bit like James Bond watching soccer. You know?
Yeah, how so?
It's international. You know?
It's international.
Yeah, it feels like it's not quite. You know, and Formula One's gotten too ritzy. You know, it's $500 million for a tire. So some kid in Bahrain can watch a friggin', you know, crash from his sewer slave pit. You know, I'm picturing it like those kids from Star Wars. Those little things with the hoods, those little kids.
Right.
Those Jawa kids.
Those little magpies.
The Jawas. You know?
Yeah.
Some Jawa kids fucking, you know, I'm not saying literally, but I'm saying they live in the desert and they make them build things. This is not my point. How I choose to recreate with international sports is not anyone's business. I'm sick of Formula One. I want to watch soccer. I don't want to go to your kid's funeral. Because you did give him back. You didn't give. I don't. Oh, I was gonna shove a needle in my kid, but then I read this. What do I give a shit? When did this become my problem? Just trying to watch a goddamn soccer game. Do you think if I was watching soccer when we first met, would you have thought more of me?
More?
Yeah, like, oh, this guy's like not just a whatever loud, charismatic bum, like homeless man who wanders in off the streets and starts yelling at people at the pizza place.
But the soccer hooligans are some of the most violent people on the planet.
It's cosmopolitan. It's like fancy.
Aren't the soccer hooligans always burning down cities and R-ing people?
In England, maybe. Yeah, England's got a lot of problems. But I think in Spain,
soccer hooligans are like their.
It's their Ku Klux Klan. It's their Ku Klux Klan, basically.
Exactly.
Soccer is their Ku Klux Klan in England. Like we had people going and like lynching people and burning crosses, and they have soccer. Anyway, so what how many kids have this measles? Oh, I mean, honestly, what they show you news, and you're just to go, oh, really? Oh, why is this better than not knowing? Why is this better than blaming the sun? Having all the facts. I feel like people will do just as well now. You know, when back then, just going, hey, I hope the sun gives me, and makes my wife love me again. You know, brings her back to me. Screw my brother. Hope the sun fixes that for me. Versus now, where you know all the details. You're on social media. You could blame the water. Back in the old days.
Yeah, you could blame anything.
Sure.
God.
Yes.
Satan.
All right.
But so you think that was a better time? You miss those days?
I mean, if you get measles anyway, what's the difference?
Days of darkness.
Yeah, I mean, why not just bring back the plague? If I go back in time, any time in history, is whenever the Black Plague was the worst. And I would just start drinking shit in the streets.
We could start executing people for measuring things again.
Yeah, well, they really do. They really do that. If you brought out a ruler, they'd to measure some wood, they'd fucking cut your head off.
I mean, I think you were on thin ice.
What year was that? 1972. You're on thin ice. What do people do to fix this?
The measles outbreak?
Where do they invest their money? If I'm a mother who said, I don't want my kids to, not understand, laughter or whatever autism is, so I'm not going to give them this vaccine, so-called vaccine, right? But I still want my kid to live. Where do I invest my money?
Honestly, vaccines should maybe have their own coins. The measles vaccine can have a coin.
So vaccine crypto.
Vaccine crypto.
Interesting. How would that work? How do you envision that working?
You know, you get a nice, you put a cartoon dolphin on it, measles.
On what?
Not
the coin?
What, the measles vaccine can have its own coin.
Right.
And then people, how coins always work.
Yeah, but then
you get people excited about it.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I thought, okay. So there is there still a vaccine? Or is the vaccine just a coin now, and we stop putting it into people?
The vaccine is a perk.
Do I cut my child's arm open and shove a flash drive in there that has my shit coin in it? I mean, what am I doing to save my kid's life?
Well, that's not really the relevant question.
Fair.
The relevant question is, how much is this going to be?
How much over? The relevant question is how much over
does it have to grow?
The relevant question is how the hell does the overtime work over there with the soccer? It's like they accumulate penalties and the end of the game they tack it on at the end. It's very confusing. That's the relevant question. I don't understand. I've tried to get into soccer and brass tacks here. I do put it on. I can't. You need to have. It just goes on. It just seems random. I don't have to follow it for the whole. Like you get one or two. You bunch of scores, whatever. I just don't know what like. There's no plays. It's just we have the ball now. We're gonna do a bunch of talented shit that I can never do. But I don't understand like what I'm following here. It's like King Arthur, I got King Arthur, I got Guinevere, I got Lancelot. I understand that. I don't understand soccer. I think people really need to take stock in their family. And just think about what are these people doing to help you? Because the answer is probably very little. Your family's weighing you down. They're not a good investment. You should be investing in condos in Gaza with Larry Fink. That's your new family. Money's your family. Now you're not really going to get money, but you can have a whiff. Larry Fink will give you a whiff. Mm. He'll open up his pants and give you a whiff. He'll let you smell the money. I mean, dignity is just pawing at the pants of Larry Fink. Just looking for nuggets to fall out. That's what most Americans don't have. There's enough chaos in their life. Larry Fink's here to save you. So, if you got any problem with the way the world is, that's on you. I'm perfectly fine. You can see my body. It'll be in a soup. What do I care? Oh, a bunch of kids they let me decompose to the point where my stomach opened up and they were just eating the soup and it's disgusting, but it does nourish them. Cool. It's fine with me. Dignity is a choice. Dignity is a choice. So, thanks for tuning in. Remember, we have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/RayComp. You get an extra episode every week for $5 a month. Probably should have said that up front, but unlike Larry Fink, I'm not always worried about money. And otherwise, if you don't want to do that, you gotta like and subscribe. How about that for dignity? How about you give me the dignity of being someone with some likes? I'm asking people to like my video and subscribe to my channel. How do I die with dignity? Thank you.